All right, y'all, welcome to my channel. It has been 2 years since I pulled up on YouTube and gave y'all a life update. So we are long overdue. Get in because there's a lot to catch up on. First things first, the number one question that I get all the time is, girl, where do you live? So let's start with a living and housing update. For those that are just catching up or who needs a quick little recap of what's been going on, I moved to Atlanta in 2020 and I was renting out a house. In 2022, specifically spring 2022, the owner of that home told me that he did not want to renew. Now, before y'all like, dang, what happened? I don't really know. I paid my bills on time. I took care of the property. There were no problems. And I really enjoyed living there. But for him, he was trying to figure out what he wanted to do with the property. He was trying to figure out if he still wants to own the property, if he still wants to manage it, like continue to rent it out to me and potentially increase the rate. He didn't know if he wanted to sell it. So he was just saying, hey, I'm not renewing the lease and I'm giving you a heads up. So he gave me this heads up in about March and my lease ended in May. So I went into like a frenzy because I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. I was looking for places to stay in Atlanta, but realistically at that point, I did not have like a job. I was full on entrepreneur. So I didn't want to risk getting a place and then not getting a job to sustain it. And then now I'm SOL. So I put all my things in a pods container and I told myself that I am buying a house and I am putting all this furniture that I bought for this rental property in that house. So I ended up going back home to Miami and I stayed with my parents as I tried to figure out and navigate this new space that I was in. And I was with my parents for a few months, but I told myself like, man, this time when I go back to Miami, I want to have that high-rise living experience. I want the whole Sex in the City, the Carrie Bradshaw, all of that. Like, I want to experience those vibes. Like, I grew up in Miami, but I never like had my own place because one, I didn't need it. My parents always had a room for me. And two, I couldn't afford it. That's why they always had a room for me. So I was like, I really want to have that high-rise living experience, especially since I've never had it. And I don't have any like kids to run around after and make sure that they have all this type of like space. So this is like the perfect time to do it. So I was, I kept my head down when I came to Miami. And then literally at the beginning of this year, I ended up getting my own high-rise. And that's where I actually stay right now. Another update as far as living and housing, I did end up buying that house in Atlanta. Oh my gosh, y'all. Whatever you want to do, you can do. If you believe it, you can achieve it. Like, I'm so serious. Like, when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to get it done. There is nothing that's going to stop me from getting there. Bought my house in Atlanta. It's a really nice house. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 3-story townhome. Okay, it's giving vibes. It's amazing. And I furnished it with all that stuff that I had in the pots container. So it was a real low lift to make that move because I had all the furniture. Typically people move into a place and they don't have any type of furniture, but I was prepared. Since I was going to be living in Miami full time, I was going to put it for rent until I knew what I wanted to do. Well, now that we're getting into 2024, I want to be back in Atlanta full time. So I will be back in Atlanta by the time this video drops. So even though right now this video is being recorded in my Miami apartment, I'll be living in my Atlanta house. Oh my gosh, I just love that. The plan is to continue to go back and forth from the different cities because I am going to rent this unit out, this apartment that I'm currently in. I'm not gonna do it long term, so there's only just a few more months left in my lease. So I'm probably gonna do something short term and figure out what to do afterwards if I wanna continue with the short term rental route for like travel nurses and stuff, or if I just want to give up the apartment. But I really do like this apartment. I don't want to give it up. In a perfect world, I will make 10 times the amount that I make today and can have both of them. And honestly, I could probably buy it if it's for sale or go buy another like condo down here because I've truly enjoyed my living experience here in Miami. I walk everywhere, okay? If you know me personally, you know that I don't like to drive. So the fact that I am walking everywhere, it's giving New York. Like, it's giving, Miss Bradshaw, Lola Bradshaw. Just call me Lola Bradshaw because I'm in my Sex and the City vibes. All right, so let's do like a career professional slash like business update, right? I know you're like, girl, you got a job? Girl, you still doing business? What's going on? Give us the tea. Here it is. First thing first, when I left Atlanta in 2022, I was not working. And then when I came to Miami, I was gonna start a project management contract. So I think I probably gave y'all updates, but I'm not sure. But after leaving the classroom, I transitioned into project management. And so I kind of really liked it, and I was really trying to get my footing in there, but I didn't really know the game like that. So I wasn't able to finesse the way that I was starting 2022. So I did a project in summer 2022, and after that project, I was like, you know what? I think I qualified to get my certification as a project manager. Project management is something that I feel like everybody has done. Like, you may not know that you have managed a project, but you have. Something as basic as this video could be a project, and the whole process of managing what the topics are going to be, the video equipment, what am I wearing in the video, how long it would be, who would I be working with to get this edited and released and launched, how will it be marketed, all of that literally is like a project. You get what I'm saying? And so typically people hire someone to manage all the other people and tasks involved with getting that project done. So I have been working in the IT digital space, more IT than digital, but that's what I've been doing as far as project management. So I'm dealing with software development life cycles, so the building of websites, programs, apps, a lot of technology and stuff like that. Those are the things that I have been focused on. And I will make a full video series on project management in its entirety. This is not a project management spiel. Okay, I will have a whole series on all things project management coming soon. So just stay tuned for that if you're interested in that. But this is just a quick little high level overview of what project managers do. So I started doing that as I transitioned to I was like, let me get that certification. I was heads down studying for like 3 weeks, did everything I had to do, took the exam, and I passed the exam and became official. And then from there, I got my jobs, and that's how I was able to go get that house. And one thing I want to point out about getting the house, so if you're an entrepreneur, please do your business taxes, even if you don't make that much money. The reason I say that is because if you're an entrepreneur, you need 2 years of taxes to show that you've been working for 2 years. So I use my project manager salary to qualify for the income to purchase the home, but I use my entrepreneurial taxes to show that I worked for 2 years. Okay, I was employed by my company for 2 years. That's how I was able to do that. I decided to channel all my energy into project management because it paid so well. It was going to allow me to invest in a lot of the things that I was hustling for. So as an entrepreneur, I was hustling day and night to get money just for essentials. Whereas project management, I'm getting way more money and I don't hustle as much. And I truly enjoy this career because if you know me personally, you know, like, my whole life is project management. Like, I literally organize, structure, dot I's, cross T's, manage things in every way possible, right? So when I get to do this, it's a very low stressful type of environment for me. And so I was like, this is the type of work I need so that I can take that money and invest it into other ways. And I kind of reframed my mind to how I look at jobs, because I was one of those people that was like, I don't want to work a job. I can't do the job thing. Like, it's not working. Like, I hate it here. But now I started looking at these jobs and employers as my investors, right? And so this project manager contract is going to invest $150,000 in me this year. And since they're investing that $150,000 in me, I can take that investment money, take care of my essentials, and then go invest in the business ventures that I want to invest in. And it works for me because, like I said, the work is low lift. Like, I don't have to do laborious work. I don't have to super hustle to get the investment. I just have to do my job and do it well, and my investor is gonna pay me. So that's been my little like hack in this career, professional, entrepreneurship, business world that has helped me so much. Also, it makes me not feel bad. I feel like as an entrepreneur, you believe in yourself, you believe in your goal, you believe in what you want to do. And when you have to go back to get a job, it makes you feel as if like you're failing. And so reframing my mind on what getting a job looks like kind of helps for me. And I love it. I'm not gonna lie. When I say I love it here, I love it here. On the business side, so one of the things that I did in 2022 in the midst of moving from Atlanta to Miami is I launched a workforce development program for high schoolers where they are going to learn like technology, marketing, business, entrepreneurship, web design, user experience, all those things in a summer's time. And it looks like it's going to be beneficial to entry-level project managers as well. And now this year we're going into full-on official nonprofit. I have like an entire like executive board. Like it's top tier, man, top tier. And so it's just gonna continue to grow and get better, and I'm excited for where it is gonna go. I kind of fell back from marketing my consulting services. So I still do consulting for businesses where as far as like business formation, business setup, creating the systems and operations, marketing and stuff, I still do that, but I don't market that up front. And the reason why is because I had a real conversation with myself about what it is that I want. Like, do I really want to be providing all these services? Do I really want to do all this active labor, make this active income? No, I don't. I realized that when it goes back to how I said I reframed my mind. There's things I want to do. I'm fully devoted to my nonprofit. So all this extraness that doesn't like feed back into it, I'm not really a fan at all. In order to support my nonprofit, I need to make good money. In order to support my life, I need to make good money. Project management gives me good money that I can go flip into other ways to make it passively. One of the other things that I do is property management. So y'all all knew that I've been doing the Airbnb, the temporary housing, the rentals and stuff like that. I also no longer promote like property management services. So I'm fully invested into properties that I own and manage. And then when people reach out to me to potentially manage their properties and they kind of like do the whole word of mouth thing, I decide whether or not I want to do that, because I don't want to overwhelm myself. I experienced a lot of burnout in 2021 and 2022, so much so that like I was on the brink of depression. And so with the reframing of my mind, with the reframing of how I do things and really figuring out what is it that I want to do with my life, everything I'm doing is very strategic. So now I don't just throw out services, like they come to me and I decide if that's something that I want to do. Same thing with projects now. Like I still feel entry level, even though technically I'm at like 4 years project management experience, because my business, the consulting firm, all those were projects, but I didn't know that I was a project manager. I just called myself a consultant, but I really was managing projects, all these different projects. And so if that's the case, I have 4+ years experience as a project manager. Hence why I was even able to get the certification. If you didn't have experience, they would not allow you to get the certification. So I say all that to say, you know, as an entrepreneur, really decide what is it that you want to do? What type of entrepreneur do you want to be? What type of life do you want to live? What is it that you want to do? And then take a look at those things, and then that'll kind of help shape and design, you know, the life that you live today to get the life that you desire tomorrow. That's the kind of new projects that I have going on. That's what's been going on career professional wise. I've had the opportunity to go to my first tech conference. I went to Render ATL. It was amazing. It was a great experience. Highly recommend. I can do a different video about that experience as well, but I did talk about it on my TikTok, so catch me on TikTok if you really want to know what's going on. Matter of fact, TikTok is really where I've been these last 2 years, right? I still was showing up. I just wasn't showing up on YouTube. TikTok has truly learned about my career experience, and they've learned about my journey as a project manager. And it's been a great resource for a lot of people. So I highly recommend you go there if you wanted to learn more about the project management aspect of my life. I talk about that there all the time, okay? This is a good time to transition to like what I've been doing like mentally, physically in the last 2 years. So I'm not gonna hold you. Entrepreneurship really had me going down a very bleak path. And I don't wanna say it was necessarily entrepreneurship. It just felt like I was putting all my eggs in everything I have. Like, not just my eggs. I was giving y'all my bread. I was giving y'all my cheese. I was giving y'all my chips. I was giving you everything that I had. And I just couldn't see it work. Like, it was like, I'm giving everything. It's not like I'm sitting on my butt, not putting in the work. Like, I felt like I was putting in the work, but I wasn't reaping the benefits the way that I want. You know, I'm one of those people that I work, I get paid, I budget. Like, that's always been my thing, right? Even as an entrepreneur, like, I never looked at my entrepreneurship money as my income, right? it was work, that, and then entrepreneurship was extra. Like, it was this extra thing that I can do. When I went into entrepreneurship full time, life got really ghetto.
Oh, the ghetto. The ghetto. The ghetto.
Things were getting cut off. Like, I was late on bills. And I was also one of those people that, like, I work, I set everything on auto pay, I get paid, things get paid. Like, I'm an auto pay baddie. Like, auto pay me. Like, I don't want to look at it. I want to structure everything and set it and forget it. Like, that's me. I'm getting the insufficient fund messages. I'm getting your card declined. I'm just like, wait.
Hold on on that. Hold on.
It was getting bleak. And if you know anything about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you know that, like, at the bottom of that chart is your physiological needs, right? So you need, like, safety, you need food, you need shelter. And in order to even get those basics, you need work, right? You need work so you can get money to get the basics. I'm literally hustling to pay each bill. It was too much for me. And a lot of people don't talk about that. Like, you're hustling to pay each bill. I'm not a hustler to pay each bill. I know the income, I structured it, I budgeted, everything is right. Now there's so much variables in this space, and it's just me. So it's not like I have a partner that's investing in me. It's not like I have a family that's investing in me. They're actually helping me navigate hey, I need this bill paid, can you come through? Like, they're the reasons why I'm even staying afloat, because shit was crazy. And so specifically for me, the house that I was living in, I was house hacking. So I rented the house from the owner, but I was renting out the other rooms to pay for it. So I didn't have a lot of overhead, but I realized how bad things were getting, because even the little that I needed to pay, I'm short on. I'm trying to do this, trying to do that. Random things pop up, this breaks, and I'm like, oh my gosh, help me. It was a struggle. I'm being transparent. It was a struggle. And so my mental was declining. Like, I was that very optimistic, bright type of person. Whereas now I'm over here like, I did everything. Like, I don't know. I was just so down. Like, I didn't want to go out. I stayed in the house all the time. I think in 2022, I probably left my house maybe like 2-3 times. I say 5 times max. And when I say left my house, I mean, like, let's take out going to Burger King right quick to go grab an Impossible Whopper. Let's take out going to Chipotle right quick, getting a veggie bowl. I'm talking about going to something with friends. Like, I would decline friends because, look, I don't have time to have fun right now. Life is fucking wild. No, I don't want to have fun. I didn't even travel last year. The only time I traveled was Atlanta to Miami, Miami to Atlanta, because I'm handling business and personal things. But it was never no fun happening in 2022. I say all that to say that even in the midst of all that, I ended up, like, gaining a lot of weight. And then I ended up in a relationship that wasn't the best of relationships. So then now I have the stressors of that in there. It was just a very bleak time for me. And I did start going to therapy. My therapist and I was really working on the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, making sure that I do what I need to do to handle that basic needs that I need. That required, like, okay, well, you know, are you taking the steps to do your resume? Are you taking the steps to build your portfolio? Are you taking the steps to interview? Are you believing that you're going to get the job? Because it also got to the point where I was applying to jobs so much, like way before I even got the certification, I knew I wasn't gonna get the job. Or I'm applying to things I know I don't even want. It was fucking ghetto. And I don't wish that on anyone. My mental was tested a lot. And I got to my wit's end. And the last bit of hope that I had, I gave it towards the PMP, and life changed instantly. Every way possible. I was the biggest I've ever been. I remember, like, I didn't have any scales, and so my clothes wasn't fitting. My stomach is, like, borderline imploded. Like, it just looked huge. Like, granted, like, the clothes not fitting, I know I was getting big. But it wasn't until I went to, like, a Heat game, I saw that I was big. Like,
Papa! Who this woman?
At this point, I'm making money now. Like, I'm doing good. And I got this apartment. So now I go set up time with a trainer. And I was with a trainer for 3 months. Instantly saw changes. The reason why the physical means so much to me, because I do live a physically active life. Like, I'm one of those people that I train like an athlete. Like, I don't know who I think I am, but I'm hurt. Okay? I train like an athlete. Like, I'm with a personal trainer. I'm at the gym myself. I'm doing bike rides. I'm doing runs. Like, I was running 5Ks every day for no reason. Why are you running 3 miles a day? just because it felt good. You feel me? Like, I was that person. So to get to the point where like I'm not physically active at all, I gained all this weight, I'm not even outside, we need to fix that. I've been spending more time by myself, outdoors, getting fresh air. Like I stated, I go for walks every single day. Like, there's not a day that goes by that I'm not going for a walk. And I do a lot of thinking, I do a lot of breathing, I do a lot of things to nurture myself, my spirit, my body, so that I can show up 110%. And so that's the update, y'all. That's what's been going on. You are definitely going to see more of me now. You will now see me at least once a month. For all those that tune in, please make sure you drop in the comments anything that resonated with you, any questions that you may have. I would love to answer anything, provide any type of clarity. As I stated before, I will have a project management series about all things project management, and that will be a weekly video upload. So, and since I'm back in Atlanta, I will be going out, I will be doing things, so I will be posting videos. Can't commit to the weekly yet, but we're gonna see what we can do. And so I ask that you guys follow me on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Lola the Manager, okay? Till next time.